Hey everyone, Slothcakes here and welcome back to some more MBON. Now today we're going to be doing some gameplay and just commentating over it, and today's mobile suit's going to be the perfect Gundam. This is a 2000 cost mobile suit and I just really like this guy. Aesthetically he's an RX-78 with just a whole bunch of shit thrown onto him, and if you guys don't know, while he's under the 079 anime section, he actually from a manga, and it was Build Fighters before Build Fighters was a thing. It's quite, I don't actually know exactly when it was made, but even just looking at the character, well, the pilot's design, you know that it's quite dated. But I do love that design. I miss that aesthetic a lot, but oh well. But this guy, he's much more toy-ish, if you want to say that, than the actual Build, the series from the Build series, which is nice. This guy has moves which is just much more apparent that this is a plastic model. Like example, his beam saber is that of a very old model kit beam saber. If you guys didn't know, there used to be literal cylinders that sometimes there'll be a shade, but other times there'll be this like weird purple shade. And this guy's beam saber is that, and I love it a lot. But other than that, he has other weapons which are really weird. His AB, he can actually shoot water at enemies, which is strange. And he also has some and how he throws his grenades. The bottom weapon he can throw grenades, and you know, he has the regular toss, but you can throw him really far, and he just baseball throws them. Like he does the leg up in the air and does like that position. You guys know what I'm talking about, and just whips them, and it's really funny. There's everything about him. Best way to explain it is this guy's like a joke character, but I'm not saying joke character in a bad way. I'm saying joke character like someone from Faust in Guilty Gear. Faust in Guilty Gear's moveset's goofy, but he's not a bad character. Or like someone like Lil Wayne from Grand Blue Versus. His moveset's very goofy, but they weren't intentionally made to be bad. His moves are made to look funny. Entertaining, we could just say. But I don't want to cover this guy in this video. I do want to do that in a future video. It's just I'm learning this guy and I want to figure out how he plays. And there are things I've done in this match that aren't the best that I could have easily. If I knew how to play this guy, we could have done even more better. Not the best sentence. But oh well. Also something I do like is, if you look at the win animation, this guy has pupils. In MBON, he's the only mobile suit that has this. And it takes all the way up to Extreme vs 2 for another mobile suit with pupils to be added, and that's Fumina's Star Winning Gundam. That actually has like the retina with pupils in it, and her eyes are a lot more than this guy's. So I always like that, and Fumina's Star Winning Gundam is the first SD Gundam in this game. The Night Gundam's also in Extreme vs 2, but it's not like the SD version. They made it look like a standard mobile suit, like height. But it still looks really cool, and it's really out of place because it has like the cape, the sword and shield with all like the weird magic stuff going with it. I really like that suit, and I really wish I could play it. But anyways, onto some very weird things onto this guy. Like I said, I don't want to go too into detail, but he has a really weird CSB. And what a CSB is, it activates that electricity like signal on the top of him, and that is his radar. This CSB, in short, it increases your red lock-on, which is a very weird thing. There are suits that do that. Example, the Hildolfa, when the Hildolfa goes in the tank form, it gets a longer red lock-on. Let me think. The Easy 8 gets a longer red lock-on when it goes in the cannon mode, and I'm pretty sure the Crossbone X1 Full Cloth gets a longer lock-on when it's CSAs. But this guy also gets a longer lock-on. Without the CSB, he has the same distance as the RX-78, which is pretty normal. With the CSB, he has the same lock-on as the Heavy Arms Kai or the Cheridum Gundam. And just to put that into an example, he is tied, it's a 4-way tie, with the 4th longest red lock-on in the game when it's a 4-way tie with the 3rd longest red lock-on in the game when he has his CSB up. Number 1 is the Heavy Arms Kai EW, which is 250. Number 2 is the EXS Gundam, which is a 3000. Tripping over my words here, sorry. And number 3 is the Cheridum, which is 2500. This guy and the regular Heavy Arms Kai, which is 2000, and the Hildolphin in tank form. Now the CSB lasts forever. It doesn't have a timer or anything. However, it goes away if you get hit with anything that's not, like, actually the best way to say it is if you get hit with anything that will stun or stagger you. Like if you get hit with a machine gun shot, it won't get rid of the CSB. However, if you get shot with like a single beam shot, you're gonna get your CSB is gonna go away. If you just get hit with like basically anything that's not a machine gun shot, your CSB will go away. And I know I could have said that a lot better, but oh well. Another interesting thing is his CSB, when you release it, it actually puts you in free fall from anything you're doing. If you're shooting as Jirobi and you have your CSB charged, you can release it and you're free fall from that. And you can also throw your grenade back, like you can do the back grenade toss, which you'll jump backwards and throw the grenades. But if you release your CSB when you jump backwards, you actually fling yourself pretty far backwards, and it's a nice way to like get distance. But other than that, he has a very weird move which can shoot water at enemies. Another weird thing about it is you can pivot it left, right, up, or down, and it causes a stagger if you hit someone where you can actually get a combo after it. And it's a good self-defense tool, high risk, high reward. If you get the stun, you could easily just go for like dash out of it and go for a melee, then go for some good damage. And with you being able to pivot, if you get good at it, you can use this as a solid self-defense. And the range is pretty like nice for what it looks like, and you can use it to catch landings or catch overextensions. And you don't really see me do that often. That's why I'm saying I need to work on this guy a little more. But other than that, you know, he's got very funny like melee moves to him, which I like a lot. And I'm not saying they're amazing, I'm saying visually, it's absolutely beautiful, his melee moves. Like, they look visually appealing. And his melee is actually pretty decent for a long-range 2000 cost suit. It's just a very straightforward, so that is that. Biggest thing is, his forward melee is like he will hit you once, then he'll hit you with a running drop kick, which looks super cool. Other than that, he has 2 follow-ups. Both of these follow-ups are cool from his neutral melee. One is he'll like tackle you, flip you up in the air and like headbutt you or like varsity tackle you, which is cool. But the other ones, if you hit shoot while neutral meleeing, it'll do a rocket punch. But this isn't like a rocket punch like a Mazinga C rocket punch. This is a rocket punch where you can see like the peg of the arm, and it's clear that it's like the model kit hands being shot out. And you know it's like a spring-loaded rocket punch, because if you like pay attention closely, the rocket, like the fist that shoots out, actually bounces off the enemy. And I wish I got someone like I got a killing blow with this move, but sadly I didn't. I also wish I got a killing blow off his like drop kick, because I just wanted to run and explode or someone. I didn't think there was a single like suit in this game that had a run and exploder, but I'm very happy that I found one. I really like those moves. That and wrestling moves. I know there's no wrestling suits in this game, except for like, you know, the Faz has the spinning pile driver body slam, and the Age 1 Titus actually has a spinning pile driver. But, you know, I just want some like good old fisticuff things. It's weird. But other than that, there's something else that's actually I do want to say about this guy, and it's not really related to the game. This guy has a model kit, and it's of a master grade. It's a perfect grade, no, not the perfect grade. The master grade perfect Gundam. I gotta say, I own it. It's a solid master grade. And while it comes with all the armor and stuff, and you know, it looks nice, it has a very solid RX-78. And what I mean is, it doesn't just have a rehashed RX-78-2. There's like 5 different RX-78s. Like, you can get the RX-78 2.0, the 3.0, the Origin, the Vercar, the Perfect Gundam, this guy, the 1 Year War. Those are all master grades, and they all have the quirks, like the ups and downs. And I very much like the Perfect Gundam RX-78, because in short, it looks like it's straight out of the anime. It has the simple proportions, it has the very squareness look to it, and it has the very bulkiness to it. It has the very simple design. It's very hard to say without visuals, but I very much like that RX-78. I highly recommend it just because it looks like it's from the anime. I'm more of a anime accurate guy, which kind of sucks because a lot of the suits, a lot of model kits sometimes try not to be like anime accurate, but like they get redesigned so they could look like model kits. However, there are a line of figures called the anime figures, which they're Gundam figures that are supposed to look like they're from the anime, which are really nice. I really like the amphibious ones, which comes to no surprise. But other than that, another interesting thing is his burst special. His burst special, you know, being a long-range suit is a melee attack, which is weird. But it's a very interesting melee attack because from the start, when you hit the burst special, like you hit all 3 buttons, to the last hit is actually pretty fast. However, he has this landing lag or this end animation that you cannot skip, that you have to go through unless you get hit. And what happens is, you know, I'm just gonna show you guys visuals in the corner, but he hits you once, he then revs up his hand like a very cartoony style and hits you with one of the meanest punches in this game. But the thing is, you know, it's very fast from the start to finish, but after he punches you, you go into this POV of his face, and he's doing this goofy face animation, then he goes, "I am champion!" And he just stares there for a second, and you cannot leave that animation, and you're a sitting duck for that entire animation. But it's very funny because if you get hit out of it, like, you still got the damage in. It's a very weird move. And, you know, this is coming to an end. Didn't really want to go into detail with anything. However, something I do want to finish this video with is going from MBON and Extreme vs. 2, they removed a bunch of suits. They removed clone suits, they removed the high mobility suits like the Johnny Raiden and Shin Matsunaga's, and they also removed the Perfect Gundam. However, they brought back suits with a rework. They brought back Donzaku, they brought back both the high mobility but reworked them. And so far as of this video, they have not brought back the Perfect Gundam. I just wanted to say this. It kind of sucks. I really like the Perfect Gundam, so I hope they like rework it somehow. I don't really know what they'll change about him. I think he's fine how he is, but oh well. But with that being said, hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And like usual, Lost Cakes here, and see you guys next time.